tightly bunched. This group of mares for the Irish Stallion Farms EBF Annie Power Mares Champion Hurdle. Apples Jade bidding to retain her crown. She was an even money favourite last year. Odds on this year, 5 to 6. Here we go.
And one of the first to show is last year's winner, Apples Jade, taken on the outside by Forge Meadow, who picks it up, coming across to the first of 11 flights in the Irish Stallion Farms EBF Annie Power Mares Champion Hurdle over 2.5 miles. Forge Meadow goes on to lead Apples Jade, being followed by Let's Dance, the green cap on the outside of Jer's Girl. Behind these in fifth, Benie Des Dieux. And then comes Augusta Kate with Midnight Tour, the raiding runner having one behind Barra. Over the second flight, in front is Forge Meadow, coming across to number 3 in the straight, leads Apples Jade. Then comes Let's Dance in company with Jer's Girl. A couple of lengths to Benie Des Dieux with Augusta Kate, Midnight Tour, and bringing up the rear Barra. Off the bend for flight number 3. Going along in the lead is Forge Meadow and Robbie Parr, with Apples Jade and Jack Kennedy in second. Behind these, Jer's Girl and Barry Geraghty just third from Let's Dance and Rachel Blackmore. Benie Des Dieux and Paul Townend in fifth place, and then Augusta Kate and David Mullins, with alongside Midnight Tour and Davy Russell. The back marker is Barra and Mark Walsh in a distinguishing white cap. The 8 mares past the winning post with a circuit to go. They're heading uphill to flight number 4, and it's Forge Meadow by length to Apples Jade. A break of over 3 lengths then to Let's Dance on the outside of Jer's Girl. In fifth place, where she's been since the start, Benie Des Dieux. Out in front of stable companion Augusta Kate. Barra joins Midnight Tour at the rear of the field. Over the flight, taking them to the top of the track, Forge Meadow makes this bend just in front of Apples Jade, followed then by Let's Dance. Behind these, Jer's Girl with Benie Des Dieux as they race uphill now to the next flight, which is number 5. Forge Meadow and Apples Jade on the outside. A break of 3.5 lengths to Let's Dance, with Benie Des Dieux gaining a place to go fourth ahead of Jer's Girl. Behind these, there's a break back to Augusta Kate, Barra and Midnight Tour. Heading downhill to the halfway stage, Forge Meadow almost joined on the outside by Apples Jade, then Let's Dance and Benie Des Dieux. Jer's Girl is behind these, with Augusta Kate, Midnight Tour and Barra as they race down to the bottom of the track. In the Irish Stallion Farms EBF Annie Power Mares Champion Hurdle, this grade 1. And Apples Jade heads Forge Meadow going into the back straight. And they're followed by Let's Dance on the outside of Benie Des Dieux. Jer's Girl is fifth, and then comes Midnight Tour and Barra, and they've gone on from Augusta Kate. Just over a mile to go, and they've 5 flights left to jump, and Apples Jade takes half a length out of Forge Meadow. Closing behind them both Let's Dance and alongside Benie Des Dieux. Then comes Jer's Girl. Midnight Tour is racing in company with Barra. 5 lengths to Augusta Kate. They jump the flight across from the stand, 7 furlongs from home. Apples Jade just leads to the point of departure, Forge Meadow. Then Benie Des Dieux, a narrow third from Let's Dance, then Jer's Girl. Midnight Tour and Barra both trying to improve as they jump the 4th flight from the finish. They've got just a little over 5 furlongs to go. Apples Jade on the outside of Forge Meadow. Then comes Benie Des Dieux, and alongside is Let's Dance, pushed along as Jer's Girl. Midnight Tour is starting to close ahead of Barra, and then Augusta Kate. They're on their way towards the 3rd last flight, matching strides. Apples Jade and Forge Meadow, then Let's Dance. Just behind them, tracking a close-up 4th, is Benie Des Dieux, then Jer's Girl and Midnight Tour, Augusta Kate and Barra. They've 2 to jump, and it's Apples Jade now pursued by Benie Des Dieux. On the outside is Let's Dance. Forge Meadow weakens ahead of Midnight Tour. Barra, Augusta Kate, and dropping out is Jer's Girl as Apples Jade skips off the home turn, a couple of lengths clear, chased by Benie Des Dieux. Let's Dance is 3rd, then comes Barra. Midnight Tour is not closing, and then Augusta Kate. They race to the final flight, and it's Cheltenham all over again. Benie Des Dieux in the centre. On the far side is Apples Jade. In 3rd is Let's Dance, then Augusta Kate running on. They come to the final flight, and Benie Des Dieux and Paul Townend head Apples Jade at the final flight. Benie Des Dieux the leader from Apples Jade. Augusta Cade is running on strongly. Then comes Let's Dance. They got 100 yards to go. It's Benie Des Dieux from Augusta Cade as Benie Des Dieux keeps the Annie Power fire burning for Willie Mullins, and the Ricci's has won the featured Irish Stallion Farms EBF Mares Champion Hurdle from Augusta Cade, Apples Jade, Let's Dance, then Bada.
Yes, Benie Des Dieux was the winner at Cheltenham, and she's confirmed her superiority over Apples Jade for Rich and Susannah Ricci with an authoritative display. 3-1 she returns, a good price for those who took the view that the Cheltenham form would stand up, and Paul Townend, it was a confident ride, wasn't it? Took the measure of Apples Jade on the run to the final flight, and from that point on really the race was in safekeeping. Augusta Cade has run on well to grab second spot to give Willie Mullins the 1-2. But Apples Jade seemingly a little bit below her best again. Obviously has beaten Augusta Cade in the past, but she was seemed rather laboured today from some way out. And Benie Des Dieux, who travelled the best into the race, has gone on for a decisive success. David Mullins on Augusta Cade in second. But Benie Des Dieux, what a season it's been for her. Unbeaten in 4 starts. I think she's unbeaten since joining Willie Mullins, actually. Some of her appearances were well spaced apart, but you see again today just what a class act she is. 3-1 second favourite she has returned. And interesting that the market didn't really reflect what Gordon Elliott told us yesterday about Apples Jade, the fact that he would have liked a bit more time with her to restore her to her best after Cheltenham. And she's been put firmly in her place here by Benie Des Dieux.
Has indeed, and it's a 1-2 for Willie Mullins, with Augusta Cade coming from a long way back in the field, passing most of the field to grab second spot as well, ahead of Apples Jade, who's finished third behind Benie Des Dieux. 2 runs on the spin now. Benie Des Dieux, another for Paul Townend, another for the Ricci's, another for Willie Mullins in a stellar week. 3-1 second favourite. Augusta Cade second at 16-1 for her illustrious connections, and 5-6 favourite Apples Jade could manage only third place. 2, 8, 11 and 12